Bande Matram. This morning we are going to discuss very important topic. The topic almost everyone should know who are pursuing this sadhana, this path of this integral yoga. So that topic, the caption will be misuse of physical things is a denial in yogic consciousness. Waste and misuse of physical things is a denial in yogic consciousness. It is bad. It is actually prohibited. It is not expected to waste the things that is in the yogic consciousness. That is actually a. So as we know, normally people have the tendency of misusing more than using. Breaking the things, the tendency is more than making the things. And they normally what they do, actually they waste more than utilize. So this tendency is often found in the people in the normal state of mind, those people who are living in the ordinary consciousness in the ordinary world. But thing is that sometimes we feel, even if people are pursuing these yogic methods, even people who are staying in the ashram or in the ashram related institutes, schools and all, they are having also same tendency of misutilizing, breaking and wasting the material. But Sri Aurobindo quotes in a very firm manner, in a very clear tone. We have got many physical things. It is very true that physical things have a consciousness within them, which feels and responds to the care and is sensitive to careless touch. Very much careful to the proper respond to care, and sensitive to careless touch, and the rough handling. That's what we usually do. To know or feel that and learn to be careful for them is a great progress in consciousness. That how to utilize them, how to guard them, how to properly provide the touch with them, so that their longevity will go on, their happiness, that the physical things will serve in a better manner for a longer time. To learn that attitude, to know or feel that, and learn to be careful of them is a great progress of consciousness. Again, here in the course, that is the topic of our discussion. We were just giving a touch. We are just going for discussion. The rough handling and careless breaking, very sensitive terms actually, and in a very bold manner, Sri Aurobindo has, of course, indicated and explained us. The rough handling and careless breaking or waste and misuse of physical things is a denial of yogic consciousness and a great hindrance to the bringing down of divine truth into the material plane. So, in this sentence, two parts are there. Sri Aurobindo, of course, quoted a couple of things and which normally mishandle, and actually waste. So, the rough handling, number one, and careless breaking or waste and misuse of physical things is a denial of the yogic consciousness. It is denial, strictly it is a denial. And in the second part, Aurobindo speaks of not only a denial, it is a great hindrance to the bringing down of divine truth into the material plane. Into the material plane, the divine truth has to be brought down, has to be descended down. But actually, if these things are being done, repeated again and again, so it indicates there is no proper preparation, base is not properly prepared, so it will be a hindrance rather for bringing down the divine truth upon the material plane. For that, definitely one has to be very much cautious of these things. Very much. Even we have known this, even material, physical things, buckets, whenever they were roughly getting on, whenever not necessary, they were being packed with the water. They had gone and complained to the mother that my longevity is and serving span, my lifespan is getting shortened. I am not in a position to serve for a longer time. That also, that example is there. Even that tree also went and complained that some people had few people they have put the skin on my hair, breast, so that it is a gay I'm getting pained. Many examples are there. They were actually, and in the for in of course in the busy city, busy circle of Paris, when one tree was about to be shuttered down, it was to be cut down. That time, a mother saw and found a blue light is actually emerging from it and moving upwards. And it felt the mother felt the hard the call, and actually mother was planning to give it a new life, and it was not at all cut down, and till today it is also existing in this busy circle of Paris, France. So we can go to that. These examples are not rare nor new to us. We are actually acquainted with these terms. Mutual material things are not to be despised. Sri Aurobindo quotes. The material things are not to be despised. Without them, there can be no manifestation in the material world. So we should. There is a term we have used. That is the yogic term. We have term. No, not only we reject nothing. Simply we are in the process of transformation. That is transformation, and transformation towards the perfection, not to the one or two steps ahead. So without them, there can be no manifestation in the material world. Again, Sri Aurobindo puts another beautiful term. There is a consciousness in each physical things with which one can communicate. Already we have seen many things, material things, even they communicate, they want to say something. But thing is that we are so much blind. We are so much dipped in ignorance. Our hearts, our ears are deep, we can't listen, even we can't communicate with them. But thing is that there is a consciousness in which physical thing in with which one can communicate with the physical things. Listen, you can talk to them, you can listen their voice. In some proper communication must be there, and the problem must be solved. It is there. Everything has an individuality of certain kind. Houses, cars, furnitures, they have got their individuality, what's your in the quotes, etc. And the ancient people knew that. They had the idea because they were not that much superficial. They had some consciousness. They were using with this thing because so in frequent manner, in frequency, in the short span, like in the 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, like in electronics matter and all electronics, telecommunication, TV, these things are changing. But actually, that time, this ancient time, it was not that much frequent. So people who were in use, who were in the process of using these things, they were very much conscious. They had the inner call. They had the communication capacity with these physical matters. So they knew it, and they saw the spirit as a or genius in every physical things. They could be able to analyze. But thing is that we are living in a separate world, in a frustrated world, where actually we don't know how we are living. We are suspicious of our own life, our own feeling, and own way of thinking. We'll go again, sharing the quotes in beautiful way. There is a consciousness in them. Of course, already we have discussed. There is a consciousness in them, a life which is not the life and the consciousness of man, animal, which we know. Normally, we know the animal and the man. This life we know, but still, the secret and the real, the life exists in the physical matter. That consciousness is there, but we are not able to identify it. Of course, we are not aware at all. That is why we must have a respect for physical things, because there is a life is there, their consciousness is there. When we of course we respect the people, their life, their consciousness, because we know something exists there, but here we are not aware. Once we are getting aware, we must respect them. That is the condition. Physical things, and use them rightly, not misuse and waste. That must be respected, that must be used properly, that the waste must not be wasted, ill-treated or handled with careless roughness. That must not be there, because they have got a life. There is a consciousness in them that must be identified, that must be discovered, that must be of course respected. This feeling of being all being conscious or alive comes when our own physical consciousness, not the mind only, entire physical consciousness when it is aware. awakes out of the obscurity and become aware of the one on all things. So it means from this sentence, from this part of the sentence, we can see that everything is in obscurity and under the undivine influences. So out of the awakes out of the obscurity, not only mind but the consciousness, physical consciousness, and become aware of the one in all things, the presence of the one divine in all things, and the divine everywhere. Sarva Vasudevamaya, Sarva, that idea is here in the heart. And divine is everything, aware of the one in all things and the divine everywhere. That feeling must be there. Against here in the course. You must be on your guard against the ideas and suggestions of this physical mind and accept none without determination and subjection to the higher light. So haphazardly don't take the idea. Haphazardly don't go in a wrong abnormal way. So you must gain the idea. So and without any discrimination or subjection, we go for the of course without any discrimination and subjection we must go into the higher light and higher force. That is obstinately that is required. Again we'll go for this beautiful things the beautiful things, a resolution that we must make in life. In resolution, in different parts we do the resolution. The resolution means the will to try to get thing done in the by the given time. That punctuality will be there in time completion. The so resolution means the will to try to get things done in the given period of time. Of course there may be some little bit deviation, but not a abnormal deviation. It is not the building promise that the thing will be done by this that time. Even if it is not, the endurance will have to continue just as if no date has been fixed. We have to complete it up, and there must be a resolution. Against here in the course, asceticism for its own sake is not ideal of this yoga. Asceticism for its own sake is not ideal in this yoga, but self-control in the vital and the right order in the material are a very important part of it. We must take care of the two things, self-control in the vital and the right order in the material. That are the most important thing that we must take care. And even an ascetic discipline is better than our purpose, then lose absence of true control. Lose absence of true control. We must be very careful because it is not the ordinary sphere of life we are living. This is the work we are doing for the either divine's work and for the divine we are of course doing. Mastery of mastery of material does not mean having plenty and profusely throwing it out or spoiling it. That does not actually, it does not. How to recirculate and recircle, how to make it proper for the reuse. So spoiling as it as fast as it comes, comes or faster. That is not the thing. Spoiling and all spoiling, wasting. These are the not things which contributes to the mastery. Mastery implies what really mastery is. Mastery implies it in it the right and careful utilization of thing and also self-control in their use of it. So this is the mastery. Mastery means careful handling, careful utilization and right and careful utilization of things and self-control in this use. From sometimes simply it is okay, you throw it out. That is not dignity here. It is a bad habit because you know the bad worksman quarrels with his tools. Like this is not the ideal attitude. Again, mother quotes. What is good work or what is bad or less important work, less good work, because all is mother's work and equal to the in mother's eyes. Of course, we know to create a big earth and to create a very small grass flower. In the same habit, same mind, same labor was applied by the divine. So nothing is small or mini or nothing is magnanimous or great in that way. So for that actually God has given everything, created everything and given to our hands for our personal use. We must take care, no misuse, no mishandling. Thank you.